Hello, everyone, and welcome to Study with Vet. So, in continuation with the series of veterinary entomology, the next order that we are going to study is the order Diptera. The order Diptera will consist of three videos, and it is the first video in which we will be discussing about suborder Nematocera, and it is in association with BVSC Veterinary third year. So, in starting with the order Diptera, the name itself signifies that it is having two pair of wings. The first one is the nematoceric mesothoracic wings, and the second one is the metathoracic wings, which are reduced to form the halters or the balancers. It belongs to the class Insecta, the subclass Pterygota, the division Endopterygota, the order Diptera, and the suborder Nematocera. The suborder Nematocera will consist of a number of families. The first family we are going to study is the family Ceratopogonidae, consisting of the genus Culicoides. Mark the name Culicoides, it is not Culicidae. It is also known as biting midges, punkies, and no-see-ums. By the end of the description, you will be able to tell why they are called these terms. The first peculiar feature is that it is having a beard-like or the beaded antennae. They are having a humped back appearance of the thorax. Talking about the antennae, it is plumose in case of males and pilose in case of females. That means it is more hairy in case of males and less hairy in case of females. The wings are having veins, of which the third vein is branched. The wings covers the abdomen during the rest, and the wings are oval with no scales but only the hairs present. किसके बारे में बात करी हमने? Culicoides के बारे में बात करी. The eggs of Culicoides are rounded with the rounded ends, and the pupa is having two respiratory trumpet. The life cycle of all the members of the dipterans will be like egg, larva, pupa, and adult, with the interval of 7 days between each, and it will be approximately for the 1 month interval. They are the nocturnal feeder, that means they will feed at the night time only, and they can pass through the common mosquito nets, and they are very small in size, they are not visible to you. That is why they are also known as no-see arms. We are talking about Culicoides. If they bite you, you will be having an irritating sensation. That is why they are also known as punkies. Talking about the disease transmitting potential, it is very important topic and often asked in 2 to 3 marks question. The disease that they are going to transmit is the allergic dermatitis, also known as the Queensland itch, the sweet itch, the sweat itch, the summer dermatitis, which is the disease of the horses, and we will be seeing the loss of hairs on the wither as well as at the base of the tail. The other diseases that the culicoides is going to transmit is the blue tongue. It also acts as the intermediate host for a number of nematodes that are Onchocercus cervicalis and the Gibsoni, Dactylonema species, as well as Leukocytozoon cholerae, often causing infection in the chicken. The another family of interest is the Simulidae family and the genus Simulium. It is also known as the black fleas or the buffalo gnats, and a species of Simulium is also known as the potu flies in India. The antennae of the previous genera was beaded and it is horn-like. It is also having a humpback appearance, but it is not much prominent. The eyes are holoptic in case of males and digotic in case of females. It means it will be more close in case of males and it will be far apart in case of females. The egg masses are attached to the vegetation as well as stones at the aquatic level. Simulium at the posterior extremity is having a proleg. Proleg is surrounded with a circlet of hooks which help them to attach and to move in the aquatic environment. They are the daytime feeders. The latter was the nocturnal feeders. and they feed on the natural orifices. Once they feed, they are continuously going to ooze the blood out and inject the simulium toxin into the suspected host. Now, the disease transmitting potential of the simulium. It is responsible for the transmission of Eastern equine encephalitis, the visceral stomatitis, and the species of Leukocytozoon smithi and Leukocytozoon simondiae, which is causing infection in ducks. It is also responsible for causing river blindness and as an intermediate host of Onchocerca gutturosa in case of cattle. It is difficult to control the Simulium species because it can travel up to 5 kilometers from the breeding places. The third family of interest is the Psychodidae family with the genus Phlebotomus. It is also known as the sand fleas or the owl midges. It is also known as the hairy flies because of the presence of thick hairs on its body. Its legs are comparatively long. The wings are lance shaped and it covers the roof of the abdomen while at rest. They are the weak flyers and prefer the host in resting position as compared to the host which is active. The things will be more clear when you will be seeing the diagram at the end of the video. The eggs are oval and dark brown in color and the pupa has a triangular head. They are also nocturnal feeders and they can pass through the mosquito net. So they are having a feature which is similar to the culicoides. The disease transmitting potential is important, often asked in MCQs or the match the column. Which species of Phlebotomus is responsible for causing visceral leishmaniasis or the cutaneous leishmaniasis? There are two different species, that is Phlebotomus argentipes, Phlebotomus papatsi and Phlebotomus sargenti. इसको आपको याद रखना ही पड़ेगा. The last family of interest is the family Culicidae. Culicidae, maybe we'll be studying the mosquitoes and we will identify them with their thorax being wedge shaped and the body bearing scales along with the hairs. The three main genera of interest are the Anopheles, Culex, and Aedes. Talking about the eggs, eggs are laid singly by Anopheles as well as the Aedes and in masses in case of the Culex. The eggs are having characteristic lateral floats in case of the Anopheles that are absent in Culex as well as the Aedes. Larvae. In the larvae, palmate hairs are the characteristic feature of the Anopheles only. They are having no respiratory siphon while the Culex is having a large respiratory siphon and Aedes is having a short respiratory siphon only. Talking about the pupa, any comma-shaped structure that you will be seeing in the slide is the pupa. If the pupa is having funnel-shaped respiratory trumpet, it will be Anopheles. If it is tubular, it will be Culex. And if it is roughly triangular, it may be the Aedes. Now talking about the mouth part in respective male and the female species. In any species, if you are seeing the mouth part with the clubbed end, it is undoubtedly the male of the Anopheles mosquito. And if the pulp is as long as the proboscis and the antennae is less hairy, then it is undoubtedly the female of the Anopheles mosquito because the female of the other two Culex and Aedes are having very small palps. And if the palp is divergent in nature, it is undoubtedly the male of the Culex mosquito and the remaining, if the palp is longer than the proboscis, it is the mosquito Aedes. Moving toward the posture of the adult mosquito, if it is pointing towards the ceiling, it is the Anopheles. If it is pointing toward the ground, it is the Aedes, and if it is parallel, then it is the Culex. They require clean water or the polluted water or the unpolluted water for their breeding. The larvae of the mosquito are commonly known as auriculars, as well as the pupa of the mosquito are commonly known as the tumbler. The names are given in respect to their motion or the moving मतलब वो कैसे दिखते हैं मूव करते हुए उस पोटेंशियल के हिसाब से. Talking about the disease transmitting potential, they're responsible for transmitting the protozoa disease, that is the malaria, caused by the Plasmodium species, and the vectors are Anopheles in case of human beings and Culex or Aedes in case of animals and birds. Talking about various helminthic disease, we are having intermediate holes for certain nematodes that are Dirophilaria immitis, Wuchereria bancrofti, Cytherea equine, Cytherea digitata, and the Progeria malae. It is also responsible for the transmission of Borrelia and Serina that belongs to the disease of the spirochetes. Talking about the viral diseases, we are having the fowl pox, Eastern equine encephalitis, Western equine encephalitis, Lewis disease, dengue, chikungunya, and the yellow fever. Most importantly, how will you be able to control the mosquito? It will be done in 3 stages, starting with the destruction of the breeding grounds. You can do it either by the management or by the use of certain chemicals. You have to drain the stagnant water, you have to remove the vegetation growing near the water bodies, or you have to plant the trees of eucalyptus or the shikakai tree. The chemical control include the use of certain oils like lemongrass oil, neem oil, or the oil of spirulina. Certain insecticides which include organophosphates or the chlorinated compound, for example, temephols, malathion, or the DDT. The another thing you can do is the destruction of the immature stages. You can either poison them with the help of kerosene oil, or you may introduce certain biological species, for example, Gambusia in case of fishes, and bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis, earthworms, dung beetle, ducks, and the fungi Duddingtonia flagrans will help in the destruction of the immature stages. Another thing which you may do is the male sterile technique. In this, the males are irradiated, they are sterilized, and when they are introduced to mating, they produce unproductive eggs or they are unproductive to the mating, and they make the female unreceptive to the second mating because of the pheromone that is the meltone. Another thing or the last thing you can do is destruction of the adults. You may use certain traps, nets, repellents, or the insecticides. At last, if I talk about the diagrams of interest, you are seeing the beaded antennae along with the humpback appearance. It is undoubtedly the first insect that we studied, that is the Culicoides. Next thing is the lance-shaped wings and comparatively longer pair of legs. It is undoubtedly the Phlebotomus. Then, a certain humpback appearance with a horn-shaped antennae. It is undoubtedly the Simoleon species. Talking about the wings, it is having scales as well as the hairs. It is the mouth part introducing you to the proboscis and the palp respectively. Talking about the mosquito whose abdomen is pointing towards the ground, it is undoubtedly the Aedes mosquito. The mosquito with abdominal segment pointing parallel to the ground, it is the Culex mosquito. It is also the Culex mosquito pointing parallel to the ground. Talking about the mouth part, firstly, the hairs are very less, that means it is the female. And the palp as well as the proboscis, they are of the equal length. It is the female or the Anopheles for sure. Now, if the mouth part is clubbed, it is undoubtedly the male of the Anopheles mosquito. They are nothing but they are showing the mouth parts only. Now, If you're having a pulp, you're having the proboscis and the hair is less hairy. It is a female. It may be of the Culex species or of the Anopheles species. Culex or the Aedes amphorae. Now it is a male because it is having more hairy antennae and the pulps are divergent. It is undoubtedly the male of the Culex species. Now the eggs, it is a Culex egg which is laid in raft and it is having no lateral floats. It is just the elongated version of the eggs. Talking about the eggs of the Anopheles, they are having lateral floats. Now, the comma-shaped structure is the pupa, and if it is having a tube-like respiratory trumpet, it is the pupa of the Culex species. Now, it is the pupa, it is the larva. They both are of the Culex species, and the characteristic of the larvae is that it is having a long respiratory siphon. It is more visible in the next photograph, that is this. Then we are having the larvae of the Anopheles. It is having no respiratory siphon and it is having a number of projections of the palmate hairs. Similar, no respiratory siphon and the palmate hairs. It is the pupa and it is having funnel-shaped respiratory trumpet. It is the Anopheles pupa. Similar, we are having Anopheles pupa, we are having no respiratory siphon and we are having the palmate hairs. These are the Anopheles. Now, if the respiratory trumpets are roughly triangular in shape and the larvae bears a small respiratory siphon, these are the larvae and pupa of the Culex species. I'm sorry, the Aedes species, the Culex is having a large respiratory siphon, but here we are having a short one. It is of the Aedes. Then we are having the larvae. It is having a short respiratory siphon again, and it is the larvae of the Aedes. Then we are having the wings, which is hairy, along with the number of scale. It is a wing of the Culex species. So, this was all about the first video of the order Diptera. And if you want these notes and if you like this video, comment notes and like, subscribe and share our channel. Thank you.